play of the game from way down.
Silence. Rainer getting absolutely
A team wipe.
The living bomb's going.
Oh my goodness, the ring. Bombstastic gonna find Rainer.
Oh, the life finder keeps Maev up. It was going to be a close thing.
And healing. What? Get out of no! No!
Triple stun again. Big flanks coming out from the Blaze.
It's a death metal though.
Death metal into the double, triple kill. All right, welcome back, everybody. We've got a special show now on the NGS Rewind. This next matchup going to be the Division D West between Disturbance and Kamino Saberdarts. But we've got Butte Holiday for our co-caster, and we also have the voice of Weenus.
The voice of Weenus.
Hashtag voiced.
Wait. Weenus, I have to, because you're here, I have to do this. This is the first time we've actually done a cast together.
Oh, do you have a screaming goat?
I do!
Dude, mine is losing its battery. Listen to this.
that is a dying goat, my friend.
It sounds like me when I get angry.
It's the death screaming goat. The death screams. No goats were harmed in the filming of this production.
Fair enough. So, Weenus, you are in D West, correct?
I am, yes, making terrible calls on the regularity. On the regularity.
Fair enough. So what do you know about these teams?
I know that I love them both. They're filled with fabulous people. I get to play with them every now and again. More so with Saberdarts lately. Good group of people over there. And Wraithling, the captain of Disturbance. Great guy. Runs all of our website stuff. Engineering tech genius. And just a really wonderful person. So
Awesome. And yeah, I'm going to go ahead and tag them.
I want both teams to win because I like them both so much.
Fair enough. Now, you're actually in a bit of a race here at the top of Division D with Disturbance. Kamino is a little bit behind, but not too far behind here.
Yeah, we've played both these teams already, and they were good games, tough matches with both teams, and I look forward to seeing both of them in the playoffs if that is the destiny for us.
Good deal. All right. Well, let's go ahead, and I'm just trying to tag them in the... There we go.
No spoilers allowed in chat, okay?
Both teams don't win. Fair enough.
No spoilers allowed in chat.
So,
no spoilers.
Double L Dom coming in with the 10 bits. Thank you very much for those. And Wraithling here as well. So, make sure you guys let your teams know that we are getting set up here for this Division D West game. Sorry about the production issues earlier. Figured out what the challenge was there. But let's go ahead and take a quick peek at the map bans. So Disturbance banned out Braxis Holdout and Volskaya Foundry. Kamino Saberdarts banned out Tomb of the Spider Queen and Battlefield of Eternity. And our first game is going to be on Cursed Hollow.
Nice.
Man, I wish there was some more Braxis going on these days.
Me too. Weenus and I are on the same page.
Well, maybe... let's see. Yeah, we're not going to see any Braxis in this setup. But we may in some of our other games.
No spoiler.
Braxis is banned. I wish we could play Braxis. Well, maybe... no. No, it's banned.
Hey!
At least it's not Infernal or Tomb of the Spider Queen, okay?
It has happened. We had a match last week where they banned out one of the maps. I believe it was... Actually, I think it was Cursed Hollow. And it got about a minute and a half in before the teams were like, wait a minute.
I remember this map being banned.
That's not how this is supposed to play out.
Well, at least it was still in the map pool. I know last season when I believe Braxis wasn't in the pool.
Right.
And it got played one time.
Oh no, I didn't know about that. That's awesome.
It had to go on the official record because they played it. They they didn't stop it and they just played it. And so we're like, all right. And so like if you look at the map stats, there's like, and then that one Braxis
With
holdout
Braxis?
match.
Oh
Nice.
my gosh.
Well, just here real quick while we get this started, I've been kind of highlighting whenever Kira gets picked and banned. So in this first game, Kamino Saberdarts does get to pick up Kira. The bans for Kamino Saberdarts were Diablo, Brightwing, and Abathur. For Disturbance, they were Falstad, Kel'Thuzad, and Arthas. So it looks like, let's go ahead and see if we can get this to load. We have had some challenges today.
Woo, it worked.
All right, everybody made it in. Good deal. Well, let's go ahead and get this started, get this party going. So game number 1 between Disturbance and Kamino Saberdarts.
I wish my stream deck would work.
That's exactly what I imagine a Kamino Saberdart sounding like.
That's not a stream deck. That's a live kazoo.
Well, all I want is you guys to hear Rex saying, "Show me the booty."
I mean, I can make that happen. Actually, I don't know that I can make that happen while we're in the call, because I'd have to go to another part of Discord.
Never mind. I'm not going to ask what you can make happen like that, but I do want to know off stream later.
All right. Game is all set up here, so let's go ahead and hopefully it'll load here in a moment. There we go. Go ahead, Butte. Start with let's start with the left team, which is Disturbance.
All right, for Disturbance, we have Ketchup King playing Joanna, AEIOU, not sometimes Y, playing Li Ming. Rakanishu, is that how you say it? Playing our favorite Do Lunara, Bone Z playing Lily, and Mortiger playing Kira.
And Weenus for Kamino.
All right, so that was Disturbance, or that was Kamino. On the red side, on the red side is Disturbance with Mambo. Mambo playing that Zul Jin. We have Kurtz playing on that Anubarak. We have Captain Roberts playing on the KT. Belial playing Anna, and Varian being played by Wraithling, the man, the myth, the legend himself.
What do you say?
I should have known that. I got them swapped on the stream though. So thanks for calling that out.
I was a little bit confused at first. I was like, wait a second, but the red team is Disturbance.
And I should have known that with the names. We do see Kira here versus Wraithling in the top, and Li Ming and Kael'thas in the bottom.
Looks like we're going the grenade build for Anna right away at level 1, so keep an eye on that. Mana Addict for KT, not going to see any kind of convection right now.
Darn it.
Zul'jin going that Headhunter, though, looking for those kills on the enemy team, stacking that damage. Will he get the kills? I don't know.
Well, a lot of low health targets for him to potentially get those kills onto.
Who wins this top lane here?
Nobody knows.
I would say Kira probably wins at least until 4. And then I'm not sure between the Windblades.
Top lane right now for Disturbance here? Is that even a character top lane?
Yeah, we got Varian. Yeah, it looks
sure?
like does it look like a minion? I don't know. It's bigger than the rest. It's got a big sword. We'll see what he goes at 4, because that's where you get your Varian. High King's Quest picked up, although for the level 1, so we'll see him stacking that up as well.
Yeah, I'm not gonna call it any shenanigans against the King of Stormwind, the original. Well, I guess not the original, but
at least Anduin's not in here on the same team, because they have some awkward daddy voiceover between the two of them, so that's always interesting. I like the mages in the bottom lane. KT versus Li Ming.
So we do see a C smash Varian.
Oh boy.
What does that sound like?
I don't know.
I have a perfect sound for it, but it's a shame you guys can't hear it.
All right,
yes.
have to imagine it. That sound, though, I love that sound. It wakes me up in the middle of the night. I can hear it happening somewhere else in game, and just shoot right out of bed. Varian's here. Bruiser Camp getting picked up though by the lovely Saberdarts.
Uh-oh, Kira.
There was that sound.
You love to hear it.
I love her sword sound. It's very clean.
So we do have the rotation from most of Kamino Saberdarts here, with leaving Kira up in the top lane, and now Disturbance as well, getting down to this point here.
I think Disturbance is postured really well here. I think they have, they're in the right spot. I know they're still trying to maintain that soak. No one's really close to 7 at this point.
Zueljin trying to get the channel, but won't be able to quite get it all the way. He's going to try again. You might want to hop off and start fighting, because they're going to keep interrupting you.
You know, I think that's a pro-level Zueljin strat. You accept the damage so that when you do get into these attacks here, you're actually doing more damage now.
That's true. Just baiting the enemy to attack you so that you don't have to use your abilities just to nerf your own health.
That camp getting a lot of value mid, taking out likely what's going to be the wall, the mid wall, unless it doesn't finish off the tower. But
you're initiating, and there's a kill onto Zueljin in the bottom lane. And they're going to keep pushing, and Captain Robert's taking a lot of damage. Will fall down. There's a lot of flame damage being spread amongst Kamino Saberdarts, but they are able to get 2 kills, first blood, level 7, and this first tribute. Or not the first tribute, but 1 of 3 for the curse.
or build.
Yeah, that's the first tribute.
Oh, baby. Or build.
A tribute to the tribute. That was a nice play. And that's what makes Kira so dangerous, is that initiation and the chaos that she spreads when she first initiates, gets that stun. Variant, says Variant.
You're gonna have to work on that, Weenus. You better perfect it before BlizzCon.
I didn't want to blow out everybody's eardrums, so.
We appreciate it.
Yeah.
I don't appreciate it.
It's Whisper Screams.
If you can't take the heat, get out of the kitchen.
Whisper Screams was my wrestling name in high school.
Fair enough.
Weenus was a wrestler.
So get picked up here by Disturbance.
You know, you did point out the orb build Li Ming, and you know, just a reminder, we've got an Anubrak, and not just an Anubrak, but a Beetle build Anubrak as well. I don't know if I like the orb build with that.
I love Li Ming. I can only play orb build, so I'm a bad Li Ming.
That's okay. That's okay. You also play Asmodan, so you know.
I play Asmodan wrong too. I play all the heroes wrong. So when other people play something that's not necessarily as popular, you know, nothing from me. No words from me about it. Ooh, a lot of damage there going on.
Everything going out for a while.
Anubrak
getting low though.
Goodbye, Zueljin. They did get the curse though, so it would probably be in their best interest to leave. Ana should probably get out of aim down sights here.
Getting that double kill, also getting a Anubrak and the Zueljin. Another good play here from the Saberdarts.
Yeah, and I think Anubrak was trying to dive in, maybe get the kill onto, I think Li Ming was, excuse me, the one that was very low there in the back line. And we're going to see a rotation onto the boss now from Kamino Saberdarts.
I like this. They get a couple kills, and then they immediately jump onto a boss to get some value, get some push going in the bottom lane. But they do have to respond to that camp that's been pushing in the mid lane. It's getting a lot of value as well, though, for Disturbance.
Yeah, now they've got level 10s here. We're seeing some backs. Probably going to go try to help clear up the variant up in the top. And that tribute. This should be a nice, easy tribute for Kamino Saberdarts, as Disturbance is going to have to clear up the bot lane.
Nubrak, KT, hammering away at that boss, but it's going to take a while with just the two of them clearing it. I don't think there's going to get much damage on the fort, but it's just going to take some time.
Yeah, I mean, it is a weak boss. It is pre, what do they say, pre-13 bosses are pretty weak.
Watch out, heavy hitter Ana's coming in, is joining the shred, but it's really Zueljin who will be able to finish this off a lot faster, as the tribute is spawning and collected by Bones up on the top.
So as long as I'm pointing out talents that I don't care for, Wave of Force coming out. And I feel like if you're going to take Li Ming into an Anubrak, the sole reason is for Disintegrate.
Yeah, it's basically for Cocoon.
I'm assuming the reason might be to displace Varian. That would be my guess. And a Falling Swords.
Kira goes down as well as Lily. And now we're getting some kills on the board for Disturbance as they're finally catching a little bit of their stride. I think after clearing that boss, they got psyched up. And now they're ready to push maybe a little bit at the top, maybe secure that. Oh, there's Varian going in hard onto the Li Ming. Li Ming is using the jump, but it's not enough. Down goes Li Ming.
Did she just wave a force like right on top of herself?
Probably to try to push them away, to create a little bit of a zone for her. But Wave of Force doesn't go very far until you're level 20.
Until 20, yeah, I was just gonna say. They are able to, Disturbance is able to definitely grab that second trip. So this next one's gonna be pretty big. I mean, relatively even in structures. I think both mid walls are down. Kamino Saberdarts still has their top wall.
There is a boss though available for the Kamino for Disturbance. If they take it right now and have that pushing while the next tribute comes up, that means it's going to be a lot easier, or they're going to get a lot more value.
The only thing that does suck for them is that it's in the top lane though, and so is the tribute.
So this is a big problem for whoever loses this tribute, because if this is a team fight that goes south and 2 or 3 people die, whoever wins can just simply pull back, grab that boss, then get the tribute, and then get massive value out of this push.
For sure.
Absolutely. Yeah, that would be a great order of doing things. Get the kills, then get the boss, then get the tribute.
And this mid camp, it really gotta... It's a big fight for Disturbance here, especially with the lane pressure that they have. Falling Sword goes out.
Cocoon onto the Lily. Down goes Phoenix. A lot of damage going out onto Captain Roberts. Ketchup King taking massive damage as well. So here comes the cups.
Oh my gosh, look at his health bars.
KT, Johanna, and Varian all go down. There is the Taz Dingo, but Zul'jin falls down, and there is the dive in by Nubarak, but it leads to death. Belial's the only one to escape from Disturbance.
That was a lot of grouping on both ends. I think grouping is bad for both of these teams, so hopefully they'll adjust their position going into the mid game.
And that camp's still pushing mid.
Oh my gosh.
And they still have a Siege Giant in the top lane. Let's not forget that too. So, you know, it's not gonna make it all the way to the wall, but at least gets some value that needs to be cleared. We did see Lily go after the boss, but, you know, they had already gotten the curse. And without the Johanna, probably a little bit more difficult. I think they still could have done it, but a little bit more difficult for them to pick up that boss with the squishy health bars that they have. So instead, they're just going to get the curse and rotate around, get all these forts down, and as mentioned, that bruiser camp in the mid lane got the full wall and the towers.
Yeah, really spreading out and like using the curse to its full advantage by trying to push structures all together and spread it out so that the enemy team can't respond. And it looks like they're going to get this bottom fort quite easily. But I would say that was a pretty successful curse.
Yeah, for sure. Their boss is up. Kamino Saberdarts' boss is up in 15 seconds. Yeah, and that was a great first curse push. I mean, you know, it went 2-2, and that's one of those things where I think, Arrow, we talked. This was like one of the first games someone brought up. You know, do you just give the curse early and kind of focus on, you know, soaking? But I mean, that was a huge first curse for them.
Well, and that came from them getting 4 kills. I mean, as you mentioned, clumping together is not good for either team. You've got the potential for carnage damage coming out from Kira, obviously the Li Ming or Arcane Orbs just popping off. But then you've got the Kael'thas and Varian, along with cleaves from Zul'jin. So, you know, these kind of tight areas cause massive devastation if they're not careful, and same thing here.
What was the delay here on the side of Disturbance? They waited for a while to start that. I don't see what the benefit to that was. I mean, all they're doing is
they were getting the mid camp,
pushing the bot lane. They were all around this little, I don't even know how to describe it, like around the area around the boss, like the little aisles around the boss. They were just walking for about 10 seconds.
Wow. Despite you know, losing the team fight, Disturbance still manages to get their boss off. That was you know, at least a silver lining. Kamino Saberdarts grabbed their boss first before initiating that conflict, so it is going to get a lot of value in the bottom lane.
Yeah,
but
Wraithling
been worse.
mentioning they didn't know where the other team was until they got boss, so that's why they waited to start.
Yeah, I figured that was probably the case, especially since that boss had, as you mentioned early, about 15 seconds before it spawned. So they may have wanted, to just be careful about Kamino Saberdarts potentially coming in and trying to invade in the top.
I mean, they were all 5 there. They could have scouted, that rotation bush. They scouted, the bush directly south of the boss. Like, I don't know. I'm a little surprised. I mean, they knew the boss was coming up, so I mean, especially with no fort in the bottom lane where the boss is. I mean, they ended up getting it, so it ended up working out, but I think it was a little bit of a risky play, especially because they ended up, losing 3 people.
Yeah, you never know where the enemy team is if you can't see them on the map. You can always assume where they're going to be, but you don't really know until a pop, until a camp pops, until a boss pops. I think maybe, they're just trying to be careful and not get ambushed while they're taking the boss. It is what happened eventually, but they did get the boss at least, so.
Yeah, and the boss, so in the bot lane, was able to get the wall and the towers, a little bit of keep damage, but not much. Disturbance giving up this essentially first stack anyways for Kamino Saberdarts, with the 16s coming up here and all the pressure really right now being mounted against Disturbance. A good solid curse could get them back into this game.
Yeah, good macro play, having pushed in other lanes and then
Whoa,
pushing top,
Lily.
but a lot of damage going out. And Lunara is the first to fall. Here comes Kira trying to get a little zone, trying to get a little damage in on Wraithling is low, but Ketchup King is next to fall. And all the vowels drops as well on Li Ming.
That was an excellent grenade by Ana, preventing the majority of the healing coming to both the Lunara as well as the Li Ming from her 1,000 jugs there. So that was an excellent grenade by the Ana.
So we were just talking about the potential for a solid curse here, and immediately following that conversation, we see a 4-person kill for Disturbance and a tribute coming up. So this is, pretty ideal for them. They should be able to get the mid fort easily, the top fort probably, and they can get a ton of soak if they split up, or they can push in one single lane and try to get some keep damage.
Yeah, that was a really good fight for Disturbance. It's exactly what they needed. They got a bunch of kills. They're able to kind of get the lanes redistributed again. And now they get this curse, and Kamino is just now spawning, so they should be able to spread out in position already, and they're going to start mid.
And we do see everybody available for Kamino Saberdarts coming mid. The dive going in.
Falling Sword coming out as well.
Phoenix on the ground, but it's not a Protoss. It's a bird. Going in heavy.
That's a lot of damage on Li Ming.
Oh.
Wow.
Kira as well going down, and now the living bombs going out onto both Lili and Johanna being spread there. Cocoon set up, and Ketchup King in a little danger, but able to pop that Iron Skin to get away. Maybe not, just kidding.
That is unfortunate. I mean, that gate is very prone to being body blocked by your team, spreading a lot of stuff if multiple people are trying to go through it, and I think that's exactly what happened. I'm not sure if Captain Roberts put the bomb on one of the towers, or
no, it was on Kira, and she died. So I was gonna say, are they actually pulling back here? I think they win the game here, but they are. They're coming back in.
They are pushing, and the keep
Wow.
and score is going down to 40, 30, 20. This is going to be game 1, going over to Disturbance with a huge comeback.
Absolutely crazy. That
one team fight in the top lane really set up Disturbance after winning that so handedly and having the curse as a backup. Man, good push at the end.
Sure. I think people underestimate, on a grenade, especially on characters who have that self-sustain. I mean, Kira has healing. Obviously Lili. Who else did they have on their team? Joanna, arguably as well, with Laws of Hope. I mean, most of them have some level of, not Li Ming necessarily, I'm not sure about Lunara, but, the other ones have some level of self-sustain or kind of self-healing, and so being able to prevent that with the Ana grenade allows your team to kind of go in there and be a little bit riskier with positioning and stuff.
Yeah, and I feel like it was a pretty close match. Like even though Kamino had a big structure advantage at towards the mid game, both teams were about the same level in XP, so they're keeping that pretty close. They both had 11 kills by the end of the game, and the heals and the damage are pretty comparable. So I feel like this is a good matchup between two teams who are placed very well against each other, and it's always fun to see when it's close. You don't know which way it's going to go. It's always more fun when you have these close matchups. So well played, both teams.
Yeah, good first game.
So since we're talking about this, and maybe it makes the highlight reel, I hope somebody clipped it and sent it in. Did you watch any of the games from last night, Weenus?
I played in one of them, and I believe you were casting it.
Yeah, well, okay. So yes, so those were some insane games, but there was also some insane games in the follow-up with Yavapai and Bloodbath and Beyond. If you didn't watch those, you should watch them.
I haven't watched them yet because I had to go to a birthday party immediately after the game, but I hear they're pretty spicy.
Absolutely.
Happy birthday, Weenus.
It's not. Oh no, it's not my birthday. It was somebody else's birthday. But thank you. I'll just hold on to that for about
I was gonna say just package that up, put a little bow tie on it. So our second game is gonna be at Sky Temple, and this is the pick of Disturbance. So let me make sure that I've got the thing set here right. So that should be on the right.
All right, chat. What color taffy do I eat?
Oh my god, you're gonna have to unwrap that somewhere else. It is too loud.
Eat the brown taffy.
I got yellow or I got green. What do you want, chat?
I'm gonna have to make a rule set for people who cast with me.
About eating food on stream.
Yes, like it's a rule for our raids that you cannot like talk with your mouth full, like unpackaged chips, any of that stuff. It's just not acceptable.
This just in: Arrow hates ASMR. So if
that
you
is
like
completely
ASMR,
different.
Arrow hates you.
That's completely different. I don't mind the soft dulcet tones. God. All right. So anyway, so Sky Temple here. Map pick gonna be Disturbance. Let's take a look at these bans. So Kira not banned out, surprisingly, also not picked. So Kamino Saberdarts bans out Kael'thas, Diablo, and Raynor. Disturbance banned out Falstad, Kel'Thuzad, and Li Ming.
Huh. All right. Well, interesting. I feel like Kira did a pretty good job in game 1.
I agree.
So I think it is odd that there's not a ban nor a pick of it in game 2. Maybe Disturbance doesn't play Kira.
I think I see maybe why. At least, I mean, maybe not the first pick. We have a Garrosh on the side of Disturbance, and I feel like Kira can get out of position pretty quickly with a Garrosh.
Okay,
I mean,
that
also
makes sense.
they might have felt that they didn't get a lot of value from her that game. And we are going. Where did you say we were?
Sky Temple.
I mean, Sky Temple's not. I would argue it's not. I don't think it's a smaller map because it's definitely not as big as Cursed, right? I mean,
it's close.
Like medium to large. So, I mean, maybe you get more value with her with those like kind of short rotations and being able to cut people off and things like that. So maybe they didn't feel like they got a lot of value from her.
She does get a lot of value when you're going into a team fight when it's 5v5, because if you land that the swingaling, then you're going to be damaging everybody in the group as well. So, Sky Temple can be split up to where people are going to be in different lanes trying to capture those temples. So maybe that's their thinking there.
Sure. Well, let's go ahead and get started. You guys are all out of the replays, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. I just figured I'd make sure before I hit the watch button. Didn't want to have it bounce around too much. Yay, it worked.
Don't you just love it when things work?
Well,
so nice.
Given the technology stuff we've had challenges with today, yes, I sure do. And here we go, getting started. Game number 2 between Kamino Saberdarts and Disturbance on Sky Temple.
Epic.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
And they stayed on the
baby, Sylvanas.
same sides. Bless these teams.
Oh,
That
they
was-
did switch up some of their roster actually, because Bone was on Lily last game, I believe. Was that not the case? They did some position swap.
Could be.
If I'm not mistaken.
Either way, I'm looking forward to this game too.
All right, we're all set up. Take it away.
I'll
Go
go
for
first
it.
this time. Here we go. On the right-hand side, red team, we have Wraithling playing Sylvanas, Captain Roberts playing Gul'dan, Mambo playing Malthael, Belial playing Brightwing, and Kurtz playing that Oshkosh Garage.
Oh, how do I follow that up? On the left side, we have Ketchup King playing Arthas, Rakanishu playing Lily, Pile Up playing Ragnaros, Mordurger playing Imperius, and Bone Z, not Bone Y, Bone Z playing Jaina. I almost said Lily from last game, playing Jaina.
Bone Z, like it's
Bone Z.
easy.
Yeah,
Are you
Bone
sure
Z.
It might be Bones.
It could be Bones.
Or
but I'm gonna say
Bonies.
Bone Z. It could be Bonies. But you know what? At the end of the day, if you have a name, it's up for interpretation.
Ooh,
Whoa,
big
that's a nice
toss onto
follow.
Imperius. Ooh, it's a
That's-
good thing that he has so much armor, otherwise he'd be in real trouble.
You know, I think it's just bone and the Z is silent.
Ah, it's French. So the
Or
Z is
bonnet.
Oh my god.
I love it. We'll have to ask the teams later. So this is an interesting matchup between Sylvanas and Rag in the bottom. I don't think I really would like to be Ragnaros, although it seems to be getting a lot of damage on the Wraithling. Wraithling is barely getting out of there. You gotta be careful, I suppose.
Arthur's starting the top bruiser camp already, leaving Malthael kind of alone to chill.
Yep, that bruiser camp will be cleared after the third objective is complete, if it's only going to be Arthas on it. Give Ketchup King some help. We do see the siege camps getting picked up by both teams, though.
He's got no health and no mana, so he's got to back away. He only was able to clear the mage minion on that, so you know, setting it up for the second round.
That's
Yeah,
right.
for
That's right.
sure.
Just getting a little warming up, getting a little practice, a couple practice hits in there.
Oh, and Brightwing. You hate when that happens. Brightwing phase shifted onto Wraithling, but Wraithling was Hearthing. So Brightwing got a free trip right back to the base.
Love to see it.
Oh my goodness, I love what we're seeing so far. It's fun, and it's what happens in matches. You can't control everything, and it's just the way it goes down. This time, Arthas has brought backup with Bones, able to clear up that camp, and that will start
Bonesy.
in the top.
Honestly, I think we just all say it a different way and act like there's no difference at all.
I love
All right,
it.
I'm gonna call him Bonds.
Bonds.
James Bonds.
All right.
First temple activating in 23 seconds in the top and mid. Vision is controlled though by Disturbance, so. But for how long? Only a second. Just kidding. Now it's Kamino Saberdarts. That's the way the cookie crumbles.
So Rag and Sylvanas here in the bot lane, a little bit more, I think, how you might expect this to go. Wraithling kind of dancing around the Ragnaros and Pile Up, just trying to stay outside of range of the tower shots, but ultimately, you know, getting a little bit of damage from the Sylvanas relatively safely for Wraithling.
Gul'dan
Disturbance
stack.
opting for the top temple to start.
Yep, gonna do a little bit of a split here. Gul'dan stacking Echo Corruption. Only have 4 stacks at this point, so trying to get some more on that. Looking for 40 altogether. And no stacks of Eternal Hunger yet for Arthas. But, you know, sometimes you get that when we're playing a map where teams decide to split instead of fight over the same resources. That you can do when there's 2 temples up, but if there's only one, then it becomes a little bit more tricky.
There you go. And Disturbance already losing their mid well, which you know, people don't think a lot of the well compared to the fort, but it can actually mean a lot, especially when a mid seems to be the point of rotation. So that's actually, I would argue, a loss for them, a big loss.
Some teams care when they lose their fountains. Other teams just say, "Oh well."
I was honestly trying to figure out a good way to work that in, but I couldn't do it. So good job, Weenus.
I just got that.
Welcome to the cast.
I just woke up.
Mambo, number 5, working on those 4 minions of the Bruiser camp.
But Bonet is coming down onto the siege camp.
Actually, Weenus, he is Mambo number 9, I believe, actually. So I would appreciate if you show him some respect.
You guys actually are talking about 2 different heroes, just so that you know. It's
Absolutely.
Mambo versus Mambo. Just to clarify.
You say
are you
tomato,
ha-
I say tomato.
No, there is. There's a like a Mambo 9 or something like that.
Sylvanas is getting some backup here as the invade is coming from Kamino Saberdarts, and they are able to steal that camp away from Disturbance.
Ooh.
Getting that toss onto Ghoul Dan. Get out of there, Ghoul Daddy. You are in danger. But then we're going to see a rotation with this camp from the Saberdarts, and they're going to be pushing this bottom
Wraithling needs
forward.
to leave here.
Ooh, run! Run! Ooh, and escaping with 320 health. Coming back in, though. Fearless, bold,
Dead.
Ragnaros.
dead. Yes. But
Smashing.
you
Is that
gotta...
variant? Is
you
that
gotta-
variant with that smashing? Oh my gosh. Oh my god.
You gotta love the bravery and the boldness of Wraithling going back in. It's like, I have no health. I don't care. Let's do this.
Well, and you know, just to point it out, Morderger there with the predictive celestial charge, getting Sylvanas stuck right under her fort is what ultimately set that up.
Yep.
You are not wrong.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
Saberdarts are setting up on the bottom temple, the only temple in this phase, but they're getting a little bit split up here as Disturbance is forming a wedge.
Jaina chilling top lane, trying to clear that camp, but Disturbance is aware of that, but they are still not winning this fight.
Getting the 1-for-1, and now it's turning heavily into Kamino Saberdarts' favor as they get another couple of kills and 10s online.
Bone Z doing a great job clearing that camp. Great job, Bone Z.
And I would say that was a pretty stellar fight here for Kamino Saberdarts, considering that Jaina wasn't even with them.
Yep. I think they were split in their priority, which probably... Oh, no.
Syndragosa. You
I
love to see it.
I love that talent. Anybody who says that's a bad talent
Is wrong.
is a friend to me right now.
So for Kamino
Oh,
Saberdarts,
here it comes.
I don't know about that.
Oh, the chase is on. Down comes the ring, catching 2. And it's going to be enough to claim Malthael. There's the toss from Kurtz, who's unstoppable. And will get away and create space for the rest of the team. So a lot of pro teams there.
I really don't know if that was... I mean, I know they got a kill from it. I really don't know if that was worth it, but I guess they got something out of it. Ektar calling Syndragosa a subpar talent.
Well, I love sub sandwiches, so it sounds like a delicious talent to me.
Ooh, yeah.
If Syndragosa was a sub sandwich, what do you what do you think it would be? Like
It
a
would
cold
be
cut sandwich, right?
It would be iceberg lettuce for sure. We would start there because of the ice.
Oh, Mord.
That's all.
What would it be, a BLT?
Malthael in the top lane is going to be chased here. But Brightwing comes in for the rescue, the backup, and the disengage. Ooh, but here comes the rest of the Saberdarts. They want to push in the top lane a little bit, as well as claim that vision. Disturbance getting their siege camp this time successfully.
Now, Bone Z a little, not very far on the Frostbite, so Ice Block is not going to be coming for a while, which hopefully Tens and the next team fight, and maybe Icy Veins will help secure, or help him get a little bit more progress on that. But, I mean, that's a big ability for Jaina in terms of her sustainability.
Ooh, we're going to see a boss play here by Kamino Saberdarts, and I like it. They have vision on a lot of members of Disturbance, and they should be able to clean this up right away.
Wow, that is a rip. Weenus, you love anything spicy, okay?
I do. Cold cut combo. That's it, Ektar. Very good. That's what
I said.
Oh, you said that?
Yeah, I said it sounds like it should be. You start with the cold cuts. That's when you said iceberg lettuce.
Oh, nice. Okay, I like it. Cold cut with iceberg lettuce. Perfect.
They're about to get a double temple here, which I think is definitely in their best interest to maintain that.
Yeah, but they also have the boss pressing in the bot lane here, and the bot temple could shoot into that, but ultimately Jaina backing away with both Brightwing and Garrosh coming into that.
Yeah, apparently not sending enough reinforcements down into the bottom lane. The boss is able to be cleared off, and Disturbance is going to get some shots on this bottom temple. So very good.
With that rotation, though, Kamino Saberdarts is coming up, picking up the aggressive camp invade on these bruiser camps. You know, you just mentioned about Jaina's quest, but almost all of the level 1 quests left.
They're all low.
Yeah, they're all low. None of them complete.
And yeah, I think it's just because they've been doing a little bit of a dance where they haven't fought too much. There are 5 kills on the side of Kamino Saberdarts, but so that's going to limit some of the stacks.
Oh, Syndergosa, baby!
Cindy Lou, who was that?
Oh,
Syndergosa.
Imperious! Stabs
Watch.
him. Oh my gosh.
That Wailing Arrow just saved Imperious for sure.
Oh my gosh!
Huge fear coming out. And they do, Disturbance does lose their front gate and their towers there, but they keep their keep in top ship shape. That was hard to say.
Sound it out.
And they're able to
Almost
keep
said
their well,
something
too.
I didn't want to.
Oh, that's okay. We already dropped all kinds of profanity on this channel earlier.
And by we mean, what? All right. So, yeah, picked up by...
It's a team effort.
Yeah, absolutely. They're going to get that pressure balanced out to Disturbance's camp. But it's not up yet. Maybe invaded.
I like this aggressive rotation here. I think they on his top. Get
16s. 16s.
Everyone's just waiting.
Yeah.
Love that Lily bait.
16s, though, for Saberdarts, so they have the advantage in this fight. And Sylvanas is top.
Coming
This is
in
a
hot. Uh-oh.
5v4.
Get up, Imperious.
Ring comes down to secure the camp, I suppose. Maybe not needed there, but definitely now that we got the double camps in the bottom lane, the objective spawning in the top lane, and this is going to give Kamino Saberdarts a huge head start. And they're going to pick up their camp as well as the temple at the same time.
Yeah, I think that's good, especially because they're so far away from both the objective and the camp, so they should be getting some, maybe they'll get half of it by the time the entire team comes back. I mean, Brightwing doesn't need to come yet. She's going to phase shift, but...
Syndergosa coming out right into the team.
Oh my gosh, look at this fear.
There's a good chunk of damage for Jaina as Brightwing goes down. Garrosh is getting chased for his life, and it is claimed. Cups, keeping him up.
Would you like a drink with your sub today, sir? That'll be an upcharge of $1.
Damn, and there's the long-range skull kill by Arthas onto Sylvanas. So that's going to, I don't know, they're trying to decide what they want to do. Do they want to get the temple? Do they want to push? And they decided on both.
Yeah, and there are only 2 of Disturbance available right now, just the Malthael Gul'dan, but that is the potential for a lot of damage. Level 16's available, though, for Kamino Saberdarts, so they're going to go ahead and pull back, just get what they can out of the rest of the temple, as Disturbance is coming back onto the table here.
Yeah, and I think that's a pretty, I would argue, a pretty good call. I don't think I wouldn't call it playing safe, but I think they know, like, the death timers aren't, I think the longest one was, what, 20 seconds? Was it?
Somewhere around there.
They're all up now.
Which at that point, you know, by the time they got up there, it was about 15 or 10 or 15, so.
So what we do have coming up, though, in 20 seconds is a boss.
Ooh, spicy! Uh-oh. Oh, Garrosh in trouble, but walks away unscathed. Everybody's split here. I'm not really sure this is benefiting either team. Ragnaros just smacking away.
Somebody's gonna pull the boss here, though.
Yeah, Garage first to go down, followed by Lily, and then Ragnaros. This is starting to turn into Disturbance's favor. Are they going to turn this into a boss play? There goes Sindragosa. Just to slow them down, maybe let the boss finish off the dirty work, but
Goodbye,
Murder.
Imperious.
Imperious. Sorry, buddy. You are going back to base. Instead of immediately hopping on the boss, they're going to grab this siege camp. And a good fight for Disturbance.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the way that both teams were split there around that little like V-shaped right below the boss, and I think that the way that Disturbance was split was much more beneficial, allowing them to kind of collapse around the side by the Imperious and putting a lot of damage on that back line.
Ready to have a little fun?
Disturbance grabbing that boss. Jaina looking at stealing this bruiser camp,
Oh
but
no!
Bonds can't do it. You need that. Bonds can't do it. You need Arthas. Arthas can't do it solo. Like you gotta keep them together. That pair there.
That's a good try, Bone Z. We can appreciate your enthusiasm and thirst for thievery.
So Kamino Saberdarts trying to burn down this boss before it gets too much damage in, but they got to be careful about not getting picked here because there are temples up. But there's a huge push in the lanes going towards Disturbance core, so they're gonna have to do something fast. They will lose this game of attrition unless they deal with those lanes. So I think they're looking to possibly end the game here. I don't know.
Oh no!
Down goes Jaina.
Bone Z.
Big fear coming out, as well as cups have been popped.
Disturbance getting real low. Will Brightwing go down? Like, she will walk away.
Ghoul Dan, though, and Arthas, they are claimed once again, and the core is actually taking damage now.
Mambo, number 9.
6 catapults
Oh.
stacking up, and the core is down to 40% and dropping.
Oh my gosh.
This is a big problem now for Disturbance because with 2 temples up, they can easily win this game at this point if Kamino Saberdarts is able to get on to both of them. They're only going to go to 1 because they only have so many people on the map.
Yeah, just a few shots here in the top lane. I think this is going to end it here for Kamino Saberdarts taking this game. I don't think Sylvanas is going to be able to 1v3.
It doesn't go into the core yet. It's got to go through the bottom keep, so they still have a chance. It is regenerating the shield.
That's true. That's true. It's not going to go directly onto the core.
Well, I don't know. I mean, they do have Ragnaros with 2 keeps down, right? I mean, because he can take over any structure, right? Any down structure.
If he's able to get there.
So if they wanted to push this, they could, knowing that the other team, at least one person from the enemy team is in the bot. But I mean, now it doesn't really matter at this point. But if they wanted to, they probably could have.
All right, gonna absorb all these shots. Boom, onto the core.
Baby.
And so, I don't know. Disturbance got to keep. I guess that's good. They have no keeps left, but they only had 1 before, so and now they have possible win condition with the boss. I don't know. Basically, if Disturbance gets wiped in any of these team fights, that's going to be GG's. So they have to be extra careful. They have to keep these lanes pushed, and that's hard to do against Rag. Like you said, just throwing those lava waves down the lane. Ooh, bottom lane push.
And let's take a look at the level 20s here, because I haven't popped those up. So Rag took a second lava wave. I think with heroic difficulty, maybe even could, set up an amazing push here on one of these keeps and take out the core with the team. But that's not what we got.
Yeah, very, very interesting indeed. But I mean, having the lanes in your advantage already, having the double lava wave means that you basically can take your 5-man, go wherever you want, and do whatever you need to do without going and clearing up any lanes, because that's going to be done by the Fire Lord himself.
So Malthel not taking No One Can Stop Death, instead taking Final Curtain, which is going to put that, I don't know what his ability is called, but that line of badness on the ground for him for longer, right? Death Shroud leaves a trail in its wake before, yeah. So, leaving a field on the ground. Now, this is actually really positive for Kamino Saberdarts because they can take either one of these. They can choose which one is the better temple for them, and that temple wins the game for them. if they can maintain it.
Disturbance, you need to take a fight, because as soon as they start splitting off, they're gonna get charges on the core.
I almost.
They need to take it fast, and they need to win.
Oh my god.
Here comes Kurtz leading the way. Getting a big toss.
Oh,
There's a huge ring, and there is the blow up and the fear. Here comes Cups. Down goes Arthas. Down goes
4v4. Malthael.
Disturbance is low.
Nice disengage by Brightwing there.
Now Kamino is getting low as well, and it's going to be Imperius who falls next. Lava Wave mid. Careful, careful. Jaina going up to that top temple, trying to get those shots. Someone from Disturbance needs to go up there, and there goes Sylvanas.
Oh no.
But here comes Rag. Here comes Lily. Wraithling's in a bad spot.
Look at this bait! Oh, baby!
Wow. Now Gul'dan on the run.
That is an excellent bait.
And all three lanes are pushed up too.
Oh my goodness. All right, this is it. This is the 3v3. There goes the polymorph. Down goes Ring again. Oh, a secondary Ring not hitting anybody, but watch out, Mouthfield. Oh, no, he turns it onto the Rag. My goodness.
Jaina trying to get some shots.
That is a GG.
Wow, what a game.
Wow.
I mean, they needed to wipe them. They needed to finish that fight, because it was either going to be Winya, be the temples, and I believe that was Winyan's, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, it was a combination of both. Yeah,
well, right, that finished it off.
Yeah, the catapult's able to bring down the shield, and then the last couple of shots with Jaina able to finish off the core as well.
Boney selling their lives for those shots. Good game.
Yeah.
Wait,
timeout. Didn't you say his name was Bonet?
No, that's me.
Then who was the
Bonzi, I thought. Bonds? Yeah.
Bonds, okay.
Yeah.
Bonds, auto bonds.
Yeah, you guys got to get your stuff together here, folks.
I know Bonesy, okay. Bonesy and I are homies.
B1Z. Maybe that's what it is. B1Z? I don't know.
Could be. I like that. That's a nice change there.
We'll go with that.
Final blow as Katas, but the work was Lava Wave.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Lava Wave was MVP that game, keeping the pressure on the core, ultimately getting those catapults to stack up there.
Special Kid Miles. I love that name, I think. Unless I'm reading it wrong.
Let's see. Map pick for game number 3 is Kamino Saberdarts. And we're going to go to Towers of Doom.
Yeah.
Yes, that's a 1-to-1, so we get a game 3. You'll love it.
Well, you know what I love? Not seeing a series that picks Infernal Shrines or Tomb of the Spider Queen.
Buta is very vocal in her hatred toward those two maps.
It's like, it's just not fun. Pick another map. Be unique.
Stop banning Braxis.
Yeah.
Well, while Bute's over here complaining about people playing on Tomb of the Spider Queen and Infernal Shrines, we're not going to either of those. We're going to go to Towers of Doom. So if you guys are both out of the replay, I'll go ahead and get this started.
I'm out like a scout. Towers of Doom.
Oh, I'm not in the thingy. What are we doing?
I was waiting to make sure you're out of the replay.
I've been out of the replay.
All right, well, just making sure.
No, you need to get on your stuff.
And you need to
No, trust me, Ektar, it is a good map. I don't mind playing it. But when every single game you watch is either Tomb of the Spider Queen or on Infernal, it's not fun to watch anymore.
We haven't watched either of those games so far, so
No. I'm saying in general across the league.
you gotta
I
save
follow
it for when those
Anomaly, I
maps.
watch Wood Tapnet, I watch Wood League. Like, I watch several teams.
I mean, that sounds to me like you just need to have a conversation with those teams that you're watching.
They don't ban those maps.
How is that our problem?
It's not. I'm just PSA. Don't be afraid to be different.
Be unique. Be who you want to be.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's get these teams introduced.
Go for it, Weenus.
Ooh, should I do? Okay. I'm gonna do Kamino Saberdarts
Okay.
this time. On the left side, we have Ketchup King playing Tychus. We have Rakitishu playing Brightwing, Pile Up playing Nazebo, Mordagar playing Kira, and B1Z playing Garage.
For Disturbance, we have the man Wraithling playing the character that's not a real character before. 4, Varian, Mambo number 9 playing Vala, Kurtz playing Diablo, Captain Roberts playing our man Rainer, and Belial on everyone's favorite Panda Lily.
We've got Nazebo going for those spiders build there. Watch out for those creepy crawlies. They're heading right for your face.
Bruh.
Ay!
Ugh, I really wish you guys could hear my soundboard.
High King's Quest coming out for Varian.
So,
Whoa.
Here from Diablo and
Flip
Ace in the Hole.
after the shove. I kind of really love that, actually. And Diablo might be in trouble here. I think he's absolutely in trouble here.
First Blood going over to Kamino Saberdarts, getting the pick on Diablo.
I would like to
Diablo.
point out on the side of Kamino Saberdarts several role changes here, and I think that's a great aspect to their team, being able to fill multiple roles. Not necessarily saying that that's a super differentiating factor, but I think it's especially useful in this game to be able to play multiple roles and play them pretty consistently.
Already a quarter of the way through Widowmakers for Nazebo, but we do have a lot of stacking quests here. Warbreaker for Garage, Fatal Wounds for Kira. That High King's Quest that we talked about. Diablo always stacking, and we did go Ace in the Hole for Rainer, so look for those stuns and slows. Get some synergy there with Varian and Diablo, but Wraithling is in trouble in the top lane, escaping with 30 HP. My goodness.
Oh my gosh.
and I do want to point out that was the result of a face check on the bush with the follow-up from Nazebo. So checking out, trying to get some scouting in onto that top camp, and finding that there was a lot more trouble there than expected.
Disturbance grabbing their camp, and it's pushing. Maybe they'll be able to get some fort damage. Probably, maybe not. Unless Vala can clear these minions.
And it is night on this map, so maybe that was a late night face check by Varian.
Could have been.
Uh-oh.
Trouble in the bottom.
I think you finish this camp here. Uh-oh, some healer on healer action.
Down goes Kira.
They do steal that camp, and Tychus is gonna go down as well. Bone Z is like, nah, I'm good. I'm gonna peace out.
So that is a good steal there for Disturbance, and here come the first wave of altars. Bottom is going to be covered by Disturbance. They should be able to get theirs as well, which leaves the top left here for Kamino. I don't think Varian's going to be able to get there in time and doesn't even go over there. So
I think a lot of teams freak out, especially about the first one, making sure they at least get 2. I think sometimes they're afraid to just back out. You know, it's okay to lose 2, especially just on the first one and the early game, especially if, you know, losing 3 or 4 people is going to give them an unnecessary, you know, lead and leaves you out of soaking. So
Speaking of that lead, yeah, Disturbance coming down into the bot, getting some pressure onto this bottom tower now, as those sappers were able to take down basically both of the towers, leaving the minion wave able to get a little bit of damage there.
Ektar says, Tomb is fun. Fight me. I agree.
We already had this discussion.
I like it too. Sorry, don't want to bring it back up.
No, I do like it. I like the maps to play on.
Thanks, Weenus.
It's not fun to watch.
You know it. Here goes Kurtz going in deep, looking for that little dragon, trying to flip, but can't quite reach. Split up, but Kamino Saberdarts are able to push Disturbance back.
Camp is up right now. I think Disturbance is going to opt for that.
Little kumbaya at Halloween, get those pumpkin boys to their home. And it's not going to be contested here by the Saberdarts, so Disturbance has this free and clear. Bottom altar spawning in 24 seconds, though. So are we going to see any movement in the top? Probably not.
Not so far, and Kira sitting at 41 stacks out of, I think, 150, 125 rather. But they are starting this fight in the bottom lane.
Diablo halfway to souls here.
8s for Disturbance, and they have these pumpkins in the lane. Oof. Here come the solo laners. Kira looking for a flank. Lands
Ooh.
onto Raynor. There goes Varian. Varian chases in too.
A little split here for both teams. Diablo getting focused. Gosh, pretty low here.
B1Z, watch out, buddy. You're getting low. Goes back and taps. And this fight's going to continue going on. Trying to get a channel here by Varian, but it's not going to get it as the polymorph comes in. Garrosh is isolated, stuck, and is
Vala getting
taking
taken down by
damage, but he
Tychus.
seems
Oh
to
my
be
gosh.
fine. There goes Vala and Tychus, and now Disturbance is in a bad spot as they have to try to back out of here.
Wow.
Don't lose any more, but they are low. The channel is started by Garrosh.
Channel started on the top side by Garrosh. Oh my
Great
gosh.
Going in. Oh my god, what a play there. Garrosh and Varian both going down. Kurt's coming in for the stun, and now it's a 3v3. Each team keeps losing one. But
Mana bar's pretty low on the Kamino Saberdarts, though.
for sure, they are running out.
Goodbye, Brightwing.
It's a good kill there for Disturbance onto Brightwing. but
Diablo.
Kurt's taking a lot of damage. Maybe he should channel. Ah, he's going to do it. Will the zoning be
Yes.
successful?
Nice.
You know, and
Disturbance almost 10 here.
you know, one thing to keep in mind too, when you get stuck in a zombie wall, you gotta pop off that H or S or whatever key it is to stop
F.
running around, so you stop bouncing into the zombies and taking that extra damage.
Yeah, that is a ring around the rosy that you don't want to be in. There is Disturbance stealing that camp. Here comes Kira for the swingling. Mambo getting low. Vala has to back out a little bit, but cups are there to fill them back up. And still no 10s yet from Kamino, so they got to be careful about these fights when they don't have their heroics.
I mean, they managed to fight that one off pretty well, I would say, and APOC went down, and so did Jugs. So
92 stacks of Voodoo Ritual and 72 for Widowmaker for Nazebo, so those are piling up. 10 on Warbreaker for Garrosh. 14 of 20 for Punctured Arrow for Vala.
that's a nice
Armor.
throw by Garrosh and a nice taunt under the tower. I think that's an excellent play by Bone Z, waiting for Diablo to just do that, and he just says, nope, go deal with it. I think that's a good source of self-peel and a good
Well done,
potential.
Bonds. Well done, Bonds. Shake your bonbons. Here comes
Weenus?
the altar. Here comes the altar. Well, you know those ice cream treats called bonbons. They have a chocolate shell. Never mind. I know what I like. I like ice cream with chocolate.
So do I, but Arrow won't let me eat. I have a fudge bar I could be eating. Anyway, Raynor kind of in some deep trouble here, but a good peel by the Diablo.
Here comes the engage onto Mortar.
Oh my gosh, Kiera just going into 3 of them.
It will be enough to bring her down. Watch out. Next up, it's Garrosh, who does get flipped and blown up. Polymorph going on to Diablo. Odin was
That's a lot of damage on the Vala. Oh my gosh.
just completely covered in spiders. One of my nightmares. Lily trying to get that channel in while everyone continues to fight, and Varian is
Oh,
relentless
no.
onto that little Brightwing.
Holly was not up, unfortunately.
The Zebo's in a dangerous spot here, running for the border, but will not get that Taco Bell. Will instead go to the graveyard. Channel going off for Disturbance.
Oh,
36 health left to 24. But this is the comeback map, so it's never over until that counter reaches 0.
Now hear me out.
Spicy. Look how spicy the Raven Lord is. He says, "Is that all?" All right, sorry, continue.
So, Garrosh, voiced by Samuel L. Jackson.
What?
I'm tired of What would he say? I'm tired of tossing these mother effer variants on this mother effer map. I don't know what he'd say.
Doesn't
you
matter
think,
what he
Chad?
says.
Yeah,
Chat
you
can
can't,
help us out here.
you can't really do a Samuel L. Jackson by saying mother effer. It just
Right.
doesn't work. So we'll try that again another day.
Well,
So-
Disturbance getting a good push in the bot lane will capitalize and take this fort.
Yeah, and we've got
Really
Kamino picking up the top there on the boss. Should be able to pick this up, no real issues. Although they use the Odin to help secure.
Getting those 4 shots up there is going to help. They're going to have to get quite a few more shots off this game to stand a chance, but Disturbance is looking like they're in a really good spot right now.
I'm surprised
Diving
they're
down
not
on the
guarding.
Brightwing.
Oh my gosh.
Varian just blowing that Brightwing up. That's scary.
Yeah, well, I
Colossus
think
Smash Varian is scare bears.
I think they need to be a little bit more careful with their rotations here. I think they're just kind of wandering and feeling like they can be safe at any point, but with the blow up that Disturbance does have, I think they're underestimating it a little bit.
That may have been the worst impression ever. It was real bad. It was real bad.
So Brightwing back on the map here, using that phase shift coming in. We have Gargantuan going out, but Varian chasing after the Kira under the towers. Vala's gonna die to Brightwing. Not something you see too often there. And Cup's
Brightwing
being
gets
used by...
payback.
Yeah.
Tychus just tearing Diablo a new one, man.
Oh, there goes Kira. Starting that chain onto Diablo, but Diablo's going to be able to get away okay. Yeah, I thought Disturbance was going to get both of those, and Kamino Saberdarts put up a good performance and were able to secure their own. They have retaken bottom. It's half health, though, so might be a target for Disturbance coming up in the near future.
Yeah, we've got the death portal available now in the center.
Zebo at 144 stacks now, doing quite well. That's really, I think that's really good for 12 minutes in. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems good.
Because is it 185 that he needs?
175.
175, okay.
Yeah, so maintaining, 10 minions per level is pretty ideal, especially when you're, dealing with fights over a point as well, so.
Uh-oh.
Ooh, getting that little bump. Pile up almost makes it back behind the gate and on the zombie wall.
Oh, that is
Not enough.
unfortunate. But they may be able to capitalize off of this at least a little bit. Lily getting pretty low. So is Varian, but...
Oh! Almost! So close. That counter engage by Kamino was insane and almost really gave them, like a triple kill there. That was so close. Oh, that final strike. Not quite finishing them off.
Not quite the final strike.
Right. The final strike out. That time. 3 altars, though, activating in 10 seconds. Looks like Disturbance has a heavy presence in the bottom as they pick up their sapper camp.
Oh, Brightwing, please don't. Oh, no.
Varian? I don't think Varian can... I don't think he can fight these two up here in the top.
I don't think so either. I think, and I do not think Disturbance is able to contest this either. This is an excellent job for both sides here. I mean, we got a game here, folks. We got a game, but Disturbance taking advantage of that fact and getting some value elsewhere. So that's a big capture bot.
Yeah, they decide to leave top alone. They get their sapper camp and they reclaim that bottom tower. So I think they're giving up a couple shots, trying to change the layout of all the towers. Maybe trying to start the merry-go-round, if you will, on this map. Ooh. Here comes a fight up in the top over a camp that...
Goodbye, Tychus.
Ooh. Tychus does go down, and I think the rest of Kamino Saberdarts are going to be able to get away. A big toss onto Diablo and a taunt, and the tower's just eating into him. There comes the final strike, probably missing. Oh, but the Cups
no!
are going to keep them up as Varian goes
Oh
and clears
no!
the
Throw
camp.
the Brightwing in there. Why?
Down goes Raynor. Down goes the Brightwing. It's a 3v4. Ooh.
I'm really sad for that Brightwing. She had no chance.
Well, you know, no matter how cute they are, everyone dies the same, right?
Wow. Wow, Venus.
That was kind of dark. Happy Sunday, everybody.
NGS After Dark at 4:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
That's right. Mark your calendars. We're going to see a camp invade here by Disturbance onto the siege camp that they love. They already have the tower, so if they can get these in,
Oh,
there'll be some free
Nazebo.
shots. Zebo trying to contest, but really just can't quite get in there. Throwing
Oh,
Brightwing away this
I
time.
love this. I love this engage here on the Valo, but it ended up not.
There's the final strike connecting. Kira getting that kill on Davala. Kamino might be in trouble.
Bonet is about to die. He's making a break for that tower, but it's not his.
No, not your day today, Bonet. No way, Bonet?
Bone Z, come on, man.
Sorry, Bonds. And here is Belial channeling in the bottom. Getting a lot of shots in here. Boom, down to 6 core health for Kamino Saberdarts. Getting those extra shots from that bottom bell tower.
And at this point, this is this is Disturbance's game. I think they just need to hold on to this bottom keep for a good long while. Of course, they can deal with the 3 sappers coming in, and if they can hold on to this, we saw how difficult it was for Kamino Saberdarts to charge into this, and even having Garrosh trying to run into the tower that they don't own, and with the bottom altars, the bottom one and I guess mid one technically, coming up, this is a very difficult position for Kamino here.
Yeah, they're in a bad spot for sure. They have a little bit of range with, with Nazebo, throw some siege in there, but I mean Diablo has like almost 8,000 health. Like, he can take a lot of damage. But here's the fight. Need to take it. Out comes the APOC, stunning Kira, and Kira goes down. So good defense so far, but they are slowly but surely taking this tower down. The altars are coming up in 24 seconds.
I mean, they need one, so they're gonna have to fight down a man. Stay in this game here.
Watch out, that Diablo in the bush. Watch out, Ketchup King gets wall banged, and then Varian follow up.
It's unfortunate. I think Brightwing needed to be a little patient with those polymorphs. She's just kind of throwing them out there, not really comboing with anything or preventing any engages there. So
we have a 3v2 fight and a 2v1 fight.
Yeah,
this is going to be real tough for Saberdarts. Down goes
don't know.
Garage.
I don't know why you split your forces there. I think you put them all into like one and you go for that.
There's a big
I don't think they had a choice.
Nope.
No, that you do. You can lose
That
one and
is
still
the
win.
channel.
No, they didn't. They didn't have a
lost
choice in their
one
positioning, as Disturbance getting the second channel and bringing the core down to 0.
Well played. A 2-1 going over to Disturbance. That was a fun match to watch indeed. There were some really crazy fights there. That Varian is scare bears for sure.
For sure.
That was It just I was playing a squishy hero a lot. Like it makes my skin itch a little bit. I'm like, oh, you just can't get away. He's insane.
I don't know. I think the Brightwing is a pretty good counter to that. I just don't think it was. I don't think it was used, and I think later on Disturbance kind of took advantage of that fact and became a little more patient. Diablo didn't just go in and get Garrosh flipped. I think they became a lot more patient, which ended up, I think, winning them the game.
Pile up on Zebo, putting up some huge numbers. Really getting those stacks crazy. It was over 200, I know, by the end. It was probably way higher than that.
209.
209?
Ooh,
Yeah,
baby.
way higher, like 5% higher. And then Raynor, Captain Roberts playing Raynor, also getting a lot of siege damage in there. A lot of A lot of hero damage there for Disturbance, but really, really well played by both teams. And sometimes that is the comeback map, but Disturbance held on to the lead, held it, took that bottom fort instead of taking those top temples or those top channels, whatever. And that was an interesting call, but that bottom lane really, really set them up for that game-winning capture in the bottom.
Mhm.
Good deal. Well, that is the end of match number 2 here between Kamino Saberdarts and Disturbance. The final score 2-1 in favor of Disturbance. We're going to be back in a few minutes with our third matchup of the day. This is going to be our heroic game between Nobo Esprouts and I don't want to say the wrong thing. I think I know who it is. And Dread Pirates, yeah. And Dread Pirates were the Division A champions last season, weren't they? Does that sound familiar? Does that sound right?
Yes. Their emoji is in the NGS Discord because of it. Yeah.
There you go. But Nobo Esprouts was also in Div A, weren't they? I think.
Last season they were, yeah.
Yeah, so 2 Div A teams getting promoted up into the heroic level. So we'll be back to check that out here in just a few minutes.
All right, thanks for having me on, guys. It was a lot of fun.
Are you just ending with this one, or did you want to stick around with us?
I will not be able to do the rest of the slots. I got some more I have to do, but I did want to hop on just for one, and you guys are the best.
Great.
Love you, Weenus. Everyone out there, stay moist for Weenus.
My goodness. Have a wonderful Sunday, you two. Thanks so much.
Thanks,
Bye,
Weenus.
Weenus.